much debates and confusions, the ruling partner CPN Unified Socialist has settled its reshuffling of the ministers, as 5 of its ministers have given way to 4 new faces, alongside 1 promoted minister in the reformed cabinet. The changes brought about by the party is said to be done to feed the party's rotational policy to meet the aspirations of too many candidates in the party. This, incidentally, does not augur well for the future of democracy, as the system harbors representation rather than caliber. Good morning, I'm Chitrakar, and these are the headlines of the hour. Shrestha Chaudhary, Khapung and Kunwar from CPN Unified Socialist appointed new ministers to be administered oath of office and secrecy today. As the Parliament nears its expiry, the fate of dozens of bills in contentious issues, including citizenship and information technology, hangs in limbo. Leaders of G7 group of world's richest nations begin a 3-day summit in southern Germany as Russia intensifies attacks on Kyiv, hitting several targets. And formidable India tame minnows Ireland in the first of the 2-match T20 series. India produced an all-round performance to win the first match by 7 wickets. The newly appointed ministers of CPN Unified Socialist are set to take the oath of office and secrecy today. President Bidya Devi Bhandari reformed the ministerial cabinet under the recommendation of Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba. The party's decision to reshuffle the ministerial portfolios has been implemented after 21 days. Jeevan Ram Shrestha has been appointed Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation. Mitmani Chaudhary has bagged the Ministry of Urban Development. Bhavani Khapung is the new Health Minister, while Sher Bahadur Kunwar has been appointed Minister for Labour, Employment and Social Welfare. Kunwar is a non-parliamentarian, while Hira Chandra Kesi has been appointed Minister for State Health. Khapung served as a state minister in the previous cabinet, while Shrestha Chaudhary and Kunwar are new faces. The President's office has said that the newly appointed ministers will take their oath of office and secrecy today itself. The outgoing ministers Ramkumari Jhakri and Prem Ale had tendered their resignation yesterday following intense pressure from the party. Prior to this, Samajwadi Party had called back former ministers Kisan Shrestha, Birod Khatiwada and Minister for State Bhavani Khapung and recommended a new set of leaders. Ale was among the most controversial ministers during his 8-month-old term. Former Minister Ale was heavily criticized for abusing Executive Chairman of Nepal Airlines Corporation and a telephonic conversation with a party cadre from his home district of Toti, where he was heard using foul language. However, Ale had made significant efforts to take action against corrupt middlemen in the state mechanism. The restaurant constructed by Batas Group in the area occupied in Naranhiti Palace Museum and Pashupati premises were removed under the initiation of former Minister Ale. The term of House of Representatives will expire in 4.5 months. The government is already election-centric, as it is bound to hold provincial and general elections by early December. The incumbent parliament, that was twice reinstated after being dissolved, faces the challenge of dealing with 65 bills on contentious issues. Despite the urgency of the moment, the parliament could not proceed ahead with the bill on policy study academy in the absence of adequate lawmakers at the parliament session. There are currently 65 bills under consideration at the parliament. Some bills on citizenship, information technology, among others, need immediate address. The ruling parties, which some time ago were harping on the endorsement of all these bills, but with the passage of time, their priorities have changed along with the fast approaching elections. After the expiry of the parliament, all the under consideration bills would be nullified. The parliamentary proceedings were also greatly hampered, as former Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli had twice dissolved the parliament, while after the reinstatement, the main opposition CPN-UML had disrupted the parliament for 9 months. 3 more individuals were detected with cholera in the capital yesterday. Two of the newly infected are undergoing treatment at the capital's Patan Hospital, while the third infected is being treated at Sanipal's Star Hospital. Health experts have raised the concerns, stating that cholera could become pandemic if it spreads at the present rate. Health experts have also urged the general public to drink only boiled water and avoid street and open foods. So far, 12 individuals in the capital have been detected with cholera. Kathmandu's Bagh Bazar, Sanipa, Balkhu, Dilli Bazar, Balaju, Kapan, and Naikap have been declared prone areas. Meanwhile, Lalitpur's Patan Hospital has been declared designated hospital for the treatment of cholera. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question: what should be done to control the spreading of cholera? Your options are A. Emphasis on sanitation, B. Monitoring of milk and drinking water, and C. Should be aware. Voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Nepal's import far exceeds its export. Inflation in the country has also increased as people's income has not gone up. The interest rates of banks are on the rising trend, pushing the country towards economic crisis and a recession. The price of petroleum products has skyrocketed in the international market due to the Russia-Ukraine war. With this, people have been compelled to spend more on transportation. The price of food items has also gone up due to the shortage in supply. However, the income of the general public has not increased. Nepal's inflation rate has crossed the limit of 6.5% set by Nepal Rashtra Bank. The country's economy is heading towards recession as inflation has been increasing and people's income has not gone up. The country's income depends on the taxes levied on imported items. In the past 11 months, Nepal has incurred a trade deficit of 1,577 billion rupees. Due to increasing imports, the foreign currency reserve in the country has plummeted by 300 billion rupees in the past 1 year alone. Nepal imports agricultural commodities worth 300 billion rupees annually. Only 10% of the demand of fruits is fulfilled by the domestic production, while the import of vegetables is increasing every year. 70% of the demand of beans is met from countries like Russia and Ukraine. As the world's large and rich nations saw the risk of flood crisis, other nations have clamped down on imports and increased exports. It is high time that Nepal also increases agricultural production and stresses on the consumption of domestic goods. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what their take is on the practice of hasty expenditure of budget towards the end of the fiscal year. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
अध्ययन बिनाको शीर्षकमा बजेट छुट्याउनु
यो प्रविधि चाहिँ राम्रो होइन
यसले गुणस्तरीय काम पनि नदिने र दिगो पनि नहुने
एकदम हतार बजेट सकाउने कार्य चाहिँ यो राम्रो होइन
लास्टमा काम सिद्ध्याएर आफू चाहिँ अलि राम्रो बन्ने खालको त्यस्तो गर्नु हुने हो
बजेट फ्रिज हुन जान्छ भनेर छिटो जो मान्छे आफ्नो चिनेको मान्छे हुन्छ तिनीहरुसँग काम गर्न थाल्छ
यो नीतिगत रूपमै चाहिँ समस्या भएर आको
काम भए होस् नभए नहोस् अब आफ्नो हिसाबले गर्ने
कमाईको लागि मात्र असारमा यस्तो काम गर्छ
भ्रष्टाचार गर्ने नियत
यो प्रवृत्ति चाहिँ दोहोरिनु हुँदैन
Time now for sports update.
Sports news.
Tribhuvan Army Club's Jai Rani Tharu was adjudged the player of the championship at the 44th National Athletics Meet. On the final day of the competition held at the Dashrath Stadium premises in Tripureshwar yesterday, Jai Rani bagged the Player of the Championship award after setting 2 national records and winning 4 gold medals and 1 silver. She shattered the national records in 100 and 400 meter hurdles. The Army team won the silver medal in the 4x400 meter race. Armed Police Force won gold, while Bagmati Province settled for the bronze medal in the race. In the men's side, Shivaraj Parki, who bagged 3 gold medals and a silver medal, was declared the player of the championship. The APF team that included Parki won the silver medal in the 4x400 meter race. Tribhuvan Army claimed the gold medal in the competition, while Nepal Police settled for bronze. Santoshi Shrestha from Bagmati province struck gold in the women's 3,000-meter run, clocking 10 minutes, 7.7 seconds. She also claimed the gold medal in the 1,500-meter race. Rajpura Pachai of Nepal Police won the silver medal in the race with a timing of 10 minutes, 8.4 seconds, while Ram Maya Budha of Karnali province settled for the bronze medal. In the men's 1,500-meter race, APF's Gopi Chandra Parki bagged the gold medal, finishing the race in 8 minutes, 29.5 seconds, while 3-1 Army's Mukesh Paul won silver and Deepak Adhikari, also from the Army club, took bronze. In the women's triple jump, APF's Sheila Chaudhary bagged gold, while Seema Chaudhary of Nepal Police claimed silver and Army's Nirmala Thapa won the bronze medal. Likewise, in men's triple jump, Bhawan Mahato of Bagmati province claimed the gold medal, while Army's Sher Bahadur Bista took silver and APF's Salim Diwan settled for the bronze medal. 3-1 Army Club became the champions of the championship, winning a total of 35 medals, which included 18 golds, 12 silvers and 5 bronzes. APF finished second with 9 gold, 6 silvers and 8 bronzes. Likewise, Bagmati came in third with 3 gold, 2 silver and 6 bronze medals, while Nepal Police Club finished fourth with 2 golds, 3 silvers and 4 bronze medals. And before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Shrestha, Chaudhary, Khapung and Kuwar from CPN Unified Socialist appointed new ministers to be administered oath of office and secrecy today. As the Parliament nears its expiry, the fate of dozens of bills in contentious issues, including citizenship and information technology, hangs in limbo. Leaders of G7 group of world's richest nations begin a 3-day summit in southern Germany as Russia intensifies attacks on Kyiv, hitting several targets. And formidable India tame minnows Ireland in the first of the 2-match T20 series. India produced an all-round performance to win the first match by 7 wickets. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good day.